Hello, welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm going to do your reading for the week of January 20th through January 26th. Welcome to the new year. We're well and fully into 2020. Are you guys still writing 2020 down? Or 2019? Let's take a look and see what's going on for Taurus. I got Miss Dang out there saying she was waiting for hers. So let us get started and see what's up for Taurus for this week. All right, first thing out the gate, let's take a look and see. So the Hermit card is coming up first. Four of Wands, Emperor, Stress. So interestingly enough, we do have the Judgment card here. You got three major cards right out the gate, which is interesting. But you have both of my stress cards right now. So Taurus, if you're feeling like the pressure and the heat is on, there it is. We have the Judgment card, three-headed dragon, tension coming from all different directions, Four of Swords, which is a deadline. So if you've been sitting back, kind of taking the slow roll into the first of the year, this is where the pressure is finally starting to hit. And you're starting to feel like you're on the wire right now. We do have the Four of Wands. That really plays with the energy of you having to pull things together and building your foundation. If you're feeling a little bit isolated, if you're feeling like you don't have advice coming from other directions, or if you're feeling as if you've got some things to handle, you're not feeling like there's support for that, you're feeling like you need to make decisions on your own, really feeling a little bit isolated. But here's what's true about the Hermit card. Those are the best 2 feet to stand on, are your own. This is where you have the Hermit, which is isolation, but it's also meditation. It's that place you go when you need to formulate your ideas and really stand strong on what it is you want to do, what you're thinking. The Hermit is all about you relying on your own counsel, so to speak, as well. We do have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is something that comes into play when your relationships start to take a spin quickly. Okay, this is something where somebody's ready for commitment really fast, or you meet someone and all of a sudden you're all about them, or they step into your life and you really feel as if that presence is sudden. So there's a lot of that. Things are going to move quickly in sudden energy. This is going to be where you're feeling as if motion is quick and speed. Okay, we do have the Two of Wands. So the curious thing about the Two of Wands is it's all about indecision, or you're in the middle of two different opinions. So the Two of Wands is all about six of one, half dozen of the other. That's you being in between a couple who has maybe had an argument between two best friends of yours where you're the one that they're pinging off of, and also maybe between you, a coworker, and an employer. So this is you feeling like you're stuck in the middle, and there's some decisions that need to be made on this. Interestingly enough, we do have the Star card. So sitting next to the Star card with the Hermit card and the Star, that tells me that you're taking yourself out of situations in order to look at how you're playing the game. So the Star card having to do with looking at how the cosmos are playing, how you're playing out in the situations around you, what your contribution is to situations, how you're feeling spirits responding to you, whether you're connected to spirit. For those of you that are out there having relationship issues or communication issues, we do have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords has to do with you playing with you getting your boundaries set earlier, sooner, making sure that people don't cross them, or having that something to say in order to let people know that they're getting close to pissing you off, or they're getting close to a deal breaker, right? Those are the things that we do when we say, hey, that's plenty, because the Five of Swords is all about speaking up. So I'm seeing you speaking up. Interestingly enough, we have the Ten of Coins and the Nine of Coins, both of which have everything to do with decision making. Now, these aren't major like the Justice card or anything like that, but if you're finding your energy being taken up with a lot of decision making, there's a lot of that. Right now, though, Taurus, you're definitely feeling a little overwhelmed because there's a lot on your plate. The Eight of Swords is telling us that you're feeling a little overwhelmed, that you're feeling as if you're not going to be able to catch up to all the little tasks that are being required of you. I'm also seeing the Devil card. So there might be someone in your life that you don't trust, or that isn't telling you the truth, or you might even be basing your foundation on the fact that someone hasn't been telling you the truth in the past. And so you want to make sure you don't repeat those patterns, repeat those lessons, right? Because oftentimes when we have the Wheel of Fortune, in play. Things are moving along like they're supposed to, but as we're playing with this energy, sometimes we feel like we're revisiting things, and this is definitely something we don't want to revisit. So as the wheel is turning, where are you finding yourself in your relationships and in your decision making? That's what this is all about, taking a good look and seeing how you're playing with, you know, the cosmos. Are you where you're supposed to be? Are things coming up the way they're supposed to? Let's take a look and see from the mystic dreamer what is going on with that energy, because this is all your relationship, friends, family, lovers, etc., not just your love interest. Let's take a look and see what's going on for Taurus. If you want a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. You can book a one-on-one straight from the website there. Let me know what time is good for you to get your 2020 reading. Let's see where your relationships are playing out. Let's see what your money's looking like. Book your reading with me. Also subscribe, like, share. Let me know where you are in the world and how you feel like your reading went. Give me some feedback on that one. All right, so let's take a look and see what your relationships are looking like. So the Nine of Pentacles is showing up. So a lot of this is celebration. We do have fear, though. The Moon card is showing us that you're worried about the outcome, how things are going to play out. I'm also seeing the Commitment card here. So for those of you that are looking to see whether your relationships are committed to the outcome, we do have that being, I don't know if this is a concern or if that's actually in place. So let's take a look and see. We do have the Moon card. Just be careful of judgment. There's a difference between being judgmental. Hey, and come here. And there's a difference between being judgmental and having good judgment. Come here, fatty. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, King of Cups. Hi, are you protecting the house? Good boy. So we have the Hermit card again here too. So are you feeling a little isolated? So sometimes when we have the Hermit card, it makes us feel like we're adrift in our relationship. It's that lonely amongst people kind of feeling. Hi. Are you protecting things? Yes, Jameson has got wood floors, so he gets to make a lot of noise in here. So anyways, interestingly enough, we have the Hermit card for you again. And that's telling us that you are definitely feeling isolated. I'm worried about you for that one because we have the King of Cups, which is also a little bit isolated energy. It makes us feel as if we've got to do things all on our own. And again, you have the Justice card. You have the Justice card and the Judgment card. Sometimes the Justice card has to do with court. So if you're going to court with a relationship, or maybe some of your relationships you're being a little judgmental on. We have two cards referencing time. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Empress. The Empress is pregnant. And as she comes to the end of a cycle, she's like ready. She's definitely ready for things to start happening for her. She's feeling as if it's time. It's that overabundance of expectation as well. We have the Two of Cups, which tells me there's love in your life. A lot of emotions going back and forth for you, Taurus, because we have the Fear card. The Moon card is showing up. So if you're playing with a little bit of energy that's paranoid, or you're curious as to how things are going to play out, you should probably book your one-on-one so you can get to see what those elements are independent of the general consensus. But the Hierophant is also saying that Taurus has a tendency to be stubborn. I just realized I said that out loud. Taurus has a tendency to be stubborn. Holy shit. Okay, so we have the Hierophant right here. And the Hierophant has to do with arrogance. So if you're playing with your relationships without being the one to learn how to say sorry, if we aren't the one to break the silence first, if we're not the one to speak up when things are necessary, when we feel like we have to say the thing, we will let them be the first one to speak up. Let them be the one to say what's really going on, because I'm not. I'm going to sit back and watch. But that's what you're going to get out of your relationships if you continue to stay stubborn, is that stuck energy. So don't be too stubborn here. I also see that you really got abundant amount of love in your heart right now, because we have the King of Cups and the Two of Cups. Two of Cups having to do with emotional balance within your relationships, and the Hierophant affecting that might be putting some of your relationship movement on a standstill. Ace of Pentacles, you got money coming, Taurus. So here's what's interesting too, is as we look at Taurus, Page of Swords, okay, is you're feeling awkward about making your decisions. The Page, Knight, Queen, King, okay, Page having to do with having never done it before, or trying something new. Knight getting it right. Queen and King are inward and outward focused, depending. But here, the Page of Swords, you're trying to do something new with your relationship so that you have an ability to maybe shift these energies a little bit yourself. You're not quite sure you want to be the one to take that on, though. So let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients and see what your wrap up looks like. Like I said, book your one-on-one with me. Tell me where you are in the world, how you feel your reading went. All right, let's take a look and see. Dreams. Okay, let's see what dreams may come for you, dear Taurus. It says incubation, though, right next to it. Interesting, because dreams, incubation, and the High Priestess card, who is pregnant, those all have to do with incubation. Let us take a look and see. Are you ready? The answers you seek come to you in your dreams. They are presented through images, stories, as well as visitations from deceased loved ones and from your guides. Find solutions to your questions and evolve spiritually by practicing dream incubation. Before going to sleep, plant a mental intention that you will dream about a specific topic. Basically, what you're doing, when they call it dream incubation, I call that shit meditation. If you want to focus on something in particular, set yourself up for meditation. If you want to go to bed afterward, great. But you set yourself up for meditation with a clear intention, which is my coaching, by the way, clear intention. So if you want to get clear on what it is you're supposed to do, get yourself in a dream state, get yourself in a meditative state, and put yourself in your subconscious mind, because it's going to be the one to have all the answers for you. So find solutions to your questions and evolve spiritually, that you will dream or focus on a specific topic. So drive your brain. Don't let it drive you. Focusing your attention this way will put you in charge of your dreams. As your sleeping consciousness becomes aware that you are dreaming, you are more able to manipulate imagery and experiences, change outcomes of a reality, and travel through the dimensions of the esoteric planes, dreaming your dreams awake. So here's what's true. Change outcomes of a reality. So manipulate your imagery and experiences. So when I did my PSI seminars, we did a process and technique called building a workshop. So what you do in this workshop is you go in and you bring advisors, you talk things out, and you really put your problems in your subconscious mind. You put your problems in the focus of your meditation, and you have these discussions that you can't normally have in the 3D, and start really planning for what it is you want your outcome to actually look like. How many of you have really done that? How many of you have really broken out your meditation intentionally instead of just like quieting your mind? Do you bring your subconscious into play? Do you put your subconscious to work? Do you tell yourself, figure this out? I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to expect you to have an answer when I wake up. Like, your mind is your machine. And when you learn to take control of your brain, you start to learn that you can actually control much more than you think you can. But it takes conscious effort, like getting from the meditation of quieting the mind into meditation to directing where you want things to go, into training your subconscious mind. Like, you ever heard that expression? There's levels to this shit. There really are. So when I say meditation is the key, it literally is. If you can go from just like meditating to be quiet, give yourself some quiet time and peace and isolation, to directing your subconscious mind and quieting it and directing it to actually putting it to work, like, there's the levels. So let's look at the incantation for the week for you guys. In and out I gently drift, through dreams of scenes I slowly sift. Gods and queens appear to me, their messages I clearly see. This is you time, Taurus. Take time to rest. Keep a dream journal. Your dreams are significant. Investigate a recurring dream. Buy a dream interpretation book, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I would say flip that script. What up, Miss Dang? So I would say flip that script. Like, actually make some intentions with your meditation. Actually make some intentions with noticing what you see when you're in your meditation and in your dream state. So I would definitely say that that's your goal. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to flip on over and maybe work on some other videos, but I wanted to make sure that I got this one done from Miss Dang. I will catch you next time. See you on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out with me, and have a good week.